What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, actually, Amungus, your coach of the Atlanta Sobble, and we are here, week 6 of the PWD. We're going up against newcomer Coach Crobats and the Chicago Scorbunnies. Trying to turn the season back around after going 1-3 the first 4 weeks. We picked up a week 5 win against Coach Kiwi in a really close battle, and now we're sitting at 2-3, trying to even out our record here. As you see, we're going to lead with the Galvantula, which was really just to attempt and block a Snorlax belly drum lead. And on top of that, as his team has Trick Room capabilities, we're actually going to switch it directly out and go for the Pangoro. He doesn't bring any Trick Room, so we get to keep our Trick Room tech a secret in case somebody brings it later on. But we get pretty free knockoffs all day with Pangoro on this team, and we're able to get rid of Togekiss's weakness policy, making this thing a lot less dangerous, although obviously with the possibility of flinch and things like that, it definitely can still be annoying, if not very dangerous. Aegislash is going to come in. He's going to withdraw, making me kind of think that he doesn't have the flamethrower, but you never know. He goes to Gastro. Probably a misplay to try to set up there, but if anything, it's just a suboptimal play for sure. We're going to end up having to switch right back out of our boost, because we go to Eldegoss basically anytime this thing comes out, and we knew that in prep. So that's, I guess, in my head, just something I need to tighten up on. One reason that we do that is because Crobat's team doesn't have a grass type. There's nothing that can stop me from going for sleep powders and leech seeds against this team. I even threw the wide lens on my Eldegoss just to abuse that fact even more, and we're going to go for the leech seed here, get a little health back. Crobats is really persistent on trying to get his hazards and keep his hazards up this game, so you're going to see me rapid spin him away. He's going to put him right back up. I switch out Eldegoss into Nidoqueen. Right, this is my other good tech of the week, because Nidoqueen was starting to find her role on the team for sure, and I've been just starting to bring it a little bit more offensive, and this week I even brought the physically offensive Nidoqueen, which is a tech for Bronzong, is for Crobats, and it does work as well in this Togekiss, as long as I got rid of the weakness policy first, because this could have been a major trap. I got the knockdown so that on Crobats or Smackdown, so that I can go from Crobats in or Bronzong into the Earthquake and just, take those things out like that. So Togekiss is the first Pokemon to go down. Great threat out of the way. Eldegoss is going to continue to come in, and we're going to kind of follow sequence on some of these interactions. Although Crobats did bring the Ice Beam coverage, Eldegoss DPOY. We eat that up. That's my Galarian Tag growth. 2-time DPOY after last season. We get free sleeps. We get free seeds. I believe we're going to get the seeds first, yes. And then we're going to get rid of the hazards, which lets me really see how persistent Coach Crobats is about these hazards, because they're going to stay in while they're asleep. I'm sure understanding from their perspective that there's really not that much that Eldegoss can do to a Bronzong. It's pretty much doing all that it can. and it has a Rocky helmet, so while I don't think it's really a detriment to me, it is chip damage if I do go for the rapid spin. So I spin off the hazards and switch out Eldegoss to Pangoro, and he'll finally wake up this turn and put him right back up. So that lets me know a couple things. For one, Hazards is a huge priority this week for Coach Crowbats. If Hazards is a huge priority for Coach Crowbats this week, it probably is because they're trying to break Sash and set up something real big and break Sashes, or well, I don't have any sturdy Pokemon, so break Sashes on anything that I'm carrying that with. So once again, it's a similar interaction to earlier on in the battle. Pangoro brings out Crowbats, Crowbats brings out Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen forces the U-turn. This time, however, we follow the sequence a little bit better, or I guess you would say read him based on what he had done before. We go for the crunch instead of the smackdown, knowing that he's not gonna fight this fight, and plus we've already revealed our tech, so Bronzong is the next Pokemon to go down. But now things definitely get a lot more dangerous, as Crowbats is gonna get off the belly drum. Our tech on Galvantula to bring Unnerve and stop him from eating berries doesn't stop him from eating berries, but it does slow him down a turn, so he's not going to get the Ficky Berry as he belly drums. The next turn he's going to Dynamax. We brought Electro Ball to hit this thing particularly. It doesn't do all we need, but it does hit a little bit harder than Thunderbolt. And I wasn't feeling the Thunder if I don't have my Compound Eyes, so you already know how inaccurate moves tend to work out in draft battles. But even though we slow him down a turn, he does get the kill, and that will trigger his berry. It could have been the second time it triggered his berry and putting him back at like full health, so it helped, but it wasn't super great at stopping the Snorlax. As a matter of fact, this is definitely going to put a lot of work in on my team as I bring out the Aegislash and kind of switch around my moves a little bit, trying to figure out what to do before I actually make the misplay and go for the Max Steel Spike. I'm going to Dynamax here, and instead of going for the Max Guard, we're going to Max Steel Spike and lose our Aegislash, just to put it frankly. Definitely not the way they should have done it. If anything else, even if, I was obviously thinking about Dynamaxing, but if anything, I should have went for the Max Guard and stayed in shield form. That's the word I was looking for. And it probably would have been a higher defensive stat anyway. However, happened how it happened. You gotta clean up these misplays throughout the season. Hold myself accountable and just, work on doing better. We do have one last tech for super overpowered sweeper like this Snorlax, but it's not the right time for it really, due to what he still has left on his team. We're gonna actually go to the Eldegoss and try to make it a little bit more viable to use by going for the Sleep Powder. As I said, they're free all day, and I have the wide lens to help them hit. Thankfully, we don't miss because the accuracy is not quite 100%. But we get the Sleep Powder, we get the Leech Seed, and I really thought that if I Rapid Spin right here, which I needed to do no matter what, that I would be able to take the Snorlax down with the Leech Seed at the end of this turn. But that's not the case, as Snorlax ends up waking up, going for the Facade, and taking down my Eldegoss. So we bring in our Blastoise, which is why both players were being so persistent on the rocks, because my Shell Smash Blastoise is carrying a Focus Sash, and we couldn't afford to put any damage on this, or simply we would have lost the Snorlax right here. We end up getting off the Shell Smash, going down to our Sash, and then Leech Seed will take it down at the end of this turn. But really, we just had to ensure at any cost that we lived that turn, and going for Shell Smash was probably just the overall best play, even though he can go into his Gastrodon and wall me out. He ends up going to Crobat first, maybe to check the speed. I don't know. Maybe he didn't calc the speed on a +2 Blastoise, but he doesn't go to his wall first. He ends up taking this Ice Beam, but bringing me down with the Earth Power at the end of the turn. Blastoise has kind of done his job, though, as Pangoro can handle the rest of this team. The way this is going to work out is this Choice Banded Pangoro, right? So we knock off here and take out the Gastrodon. Drapions going to come in, and obviously it can either knock off, so it's going to Swords Dance on us. With the time running down in the battle, we get some damage off, but we can't stay in with this knockoff. We have to make one last play in order to get the damage off. And although the timer doesn't exactly cooperate with us, me and Coach Crowbats calced it out because it was just one last turn. You know, with obvious proof of what happens in this last turn. He sees that at +2 he cannot kill my Pangoro, and we both see that +1 Choice Banded Pangoro, +1 from the Choice Band, Pangoro is able to KO with Earthquake here. So your Atlanta Sobble are going to pick up the W and improve to 3-3. It's turning around for us this season. Make sure you check out Crobat's link down in the channel below, and in the other link in the channel below, check out all the great flavors of Rays they got. You know, you like any of these treats, try you a case. Or we also have the new flavor South Beach, which I'll probably put an ad up in the next video, which is I actually just ordered a case this week. It's great. It's pina colada flavor. Use code MEW151 to get a discount on that. And I'll see you next week for some more PWD action. Peace.